change.
Like yours remain.
Yeah. Okay. No problem. I'll put it there. Wait for the technical guy. I think we're 5 minutes, aren't we? 5 minutes. Just waiting for Eleanor. I think we're ready to go in 5 minutes. Yeah. I walked in and I was going to wear this jacket.
What can I use? But a lot of people, you know.
Yeah, it's too hot, yeah. Yeah.
We have small issue
Okay.
with microphones because we don't have enough inputs outputs for mics to connect everybody. They put mics here, but the thing is they are directed. So if Dr. Filipato speaks, they
He'll
are
have to-
directed. Yeah.
He'll come here.
Do you think we can change?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
If possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
The one who speaks, it's a bit weird, I know. But because if we are moving every time,
Yeah. It becomes a bit of an issue. We can maybe just lean
Because
in.
this is the microphone from the reporters, yes.
yes, these mics are directed.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I know it's not ideal, I'm so sorry about that.
It's not the same.
They said no.
You are number one.
Hey.
You are number one, so we start with
Yeah. I think we're ready. I'm glad there's some use for my business cards. Yeah, at least.
Elenami.
Hey. I know. Big technical issues. 2024. Hey. I don't know what's happening. Don't know what's happening. Leave it to the technical experts. We'll find out. You okay?
Yes, bro. Good luck. Like, we'll be okay when Nicole will be inside to translate, you know?
Yeah.
I need some translation.
Yeah. We've been trying to get.
These things for
Yeah. Where is she now?
Yes, she's with Elena, yes.
Ah, okay.
No, she's okay. Problem with connection. Because we don't find translator. So I called her and I said, please stay home and have a connection.
Okay, go then. What to do?
I came from Poland. I mean,
Yeah. What to do, bro?
Πόσο πάει. Θα σου πω, θα το κάνουμε έτσι στο τέλος. Με το email που σου έστειλε η Σόμπορ, προσπάθησες να δεις.
I think it's a fair point regarding Boxer.
Πάρε λίγο WhatsApp από την μαμά, έχει τη μαμά WhatsApp.
Angela Karina,
Πάρε το φίλο
who effectively caused the issue to escalate in the first place. What do you think?
Πώς γίνεται αυτή η κρίση με τον Εμμανουέλ Λεβί.
Patient was already bound.
You got to protect your box.
She did a mistake that there's no part has to be addressed properly because there is a lot of background which are in the ring that we need to focus. We just need to make sure that it's delivering what we want to say. Yes, we're not attacking, we're just analyzing. That's it. Something that we would not like to see. It's an analysis. That's it. It's not an attack. We analyze. They took me the flight. They changed me the flight from tonight. They changed me the flight from tonight.
Tonight? Are you going tonight?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless when there is some.
What time tonight?
At 9, so I have the 5:30. I have the pickup. Unless here
Let's see how it goes here.
if you need me, of course, I have the room until Wednesday. I have another class.
Okay. Yeah. Might be better to stay if there's only 4 left. Let's see. Might be better to stay. Let's see how.
I have the competition going on. That's why today I gave them the day to some assignments.
Yeah.
So of course, if I can come back tonight, tomorrow morning for my jumping before.
okay.
Because Thursday I fly to Guadalupe. I have George doing a class, and then I continue from Guadalupe.
Okay.
But if we have important matters, we are already set because I have the next flight.
Still not happening. No?
can give it 5 more minutes and then I think when it's done to start.
Okay. People are not happy to wait, they're not safe, well, they want the information, they'll stay, won't they?
Yeah, right, but I mean, I understand.
Yeah. Okay.
Will everybody be speaking right here?
I think they'll probably...
It's very limited.
It's not
Yeah.
ideally, but we will try to do this.
She'll sit on one chair.
Everyone will be Chris Roberts today.
They'll sit on one chair. I said we'll keep it 5 minutes and not an hour. So,
It's not the best of what it is.
okay. trying to get the connection for globally with the translation for the president to speak. So he's waiting now. So if it's not solved in the next few minutes, we'll start. Okay. Yeah. 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 They're ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we're being told.
Okay. Do you want to just let everybody know that, and apologies for the technical issue. It's ridiculous, yeah.
Until the end.
The press conference is going to start in just about 5 minutes. Once again, sorry for the delay. Bear with us a couple more minutes and then we'll be able to start. Thank you. Sorry about that.
We lost the music. Where's the music?
In the meantime, a fabulous air-conditioned room. It's on, but it's not working. Too many people in the room.
We are handing out some translation headsets for everyone. Channel 1 will be the French channel, Channel 2 will be the English channel, and Channel 3 will be the Russian channel.
We need. We're not going to hear. We need to know what the president's saying, don't we?
Yeah, good point.
And see what happens. Tamila. Just so you can hear what the president's saying when he speaks English.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Channel 1 English. Channel 1 English. Channel 2.
channel of the English? 3?
2.
2.
That's okay.
C'est bon? Ok.
Oh, 5 minutes now. Testing, testing. And the food keeps coming.
So hello everyone, once again we're very, very sorry about the delay. We realise it's not ideal, particularly during the Olympics, but welcome to this press conference called by the International Boxing Association. Last minute conference, so thank you all for coming. A reminder that it will be conducted in English, but that there is live interpretation available in French on Channel 1, English on Channel 2, and Russian on Channel 3 via the headsets that have been provided. To select a channel, just use the channel arrows and then press OK to select that channel. So the IBA have called this press conference to shed light on their version of the facts concerning the highly mediatised state of affairs surrounding boxers Iman Khalif and Lin Yuting, particularly in light of what has happened at the Olympic Games, with their wish to outline their official position on what has transpired. This includes giving details about why both athletes were disqualified from the Women's World Boxing Championships in 2023. So to discuss this here today, we're joined by IBA President Umar Kremlev, who will be online with us, IBA Secretary General and CEO Chris Roberts, OBE, the former chair of the IBA Medical Committee and EUBC President Dr. Ioannis Philippatos, and IBA Coaches Committee Chairman Gabriele Martinelli. Each IBA member is invited to start with an opening statement before we then open the floor to questions. And we will be starting with a statement from IBA President Umar Kremlev, who joins via video link.
Hello.
Just waiting for the sound to come through. So we're going to come back to President Umar Kremlev. Sorry for those technical difficulties. We'll go first to Mr. Chris Roberts.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody.
Microphone.
Sorry?
One microphone.
That's what this was for. Can you hear me? Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the IBA conference. Thanks, Mr. Speaker, and good to be joined by two colleagues on either side who will be able to answer questions further down the line as required. So we appreciate your patience today. It's a hot room, so apologise again for the delay, but thanks very much for joining. I think we can quite rightly say that it's been a real storm over the last week, certainly with this particular bout, and I think to shed light on the situation for us in particular would just be able to give you some facts as to where we were and where we are, where we're going. And I think it's important, particularly with the media, how both of these boxers have been treated, which is not good. particularly after the Italian contest with Angela Carini. And you know, for us and the president, certainly the safety and the paramount and safety of the boxers is key for us to make sure that whether they're in the ring, out of the ring, and indeed doing their business, we need to make sure that they're protected at all times. So what I'd like to do is just give you a bit of an overview on where we were and why we've come to this situation. And of course, the first thing I'd like to say is that the IBA had never discussed or pointed out in the first instance prior to this competition. I'm talking about this competition. There was nothing raised by us for this competition regarding the bout or anything of that nature. The information that we gave was prior to the IOC. Can you hear me okay? Okay. So, information was given to the IOC some time back, and that information was delivered in 2023. And it wasn't something that we were raising prior to this event. The eventualities of the bout that came about with Imam Khalif and Angela Carini have obviously sparked this situation. We feel it appropriate the IBA are able to comment on what happened up to this point. So what I'd like to do is just talk about both boxers. Imam Khalif came into IBO, was competing from 2018, and Lynn from 2017. And you can recall that the IBA as it currently stands now is came into effect at the end of 2020 into 21. And the stance that we've taken, we've looked at this situation through into 2022. Okay. Sorry? Okay, apologies. So, what we'd like to talk about is the initial World Championships in 2022, when this was initially brought about. There was a number of concerns from boxers, coaches, indeed the medical team, medical staff, the ringside doctors, regarding these two boxers in particular. Blood tests were taken, a gender test was taken as it was during the Women's World Championships in 2022 in Istanbul. And at that point, I'm just going to highlight here, so on the 17th of May 2022, the results were taken, the blood tests were taken by a lab known as System Tip Laboratory in Istanbul. We can give the license numbers out so you'll be aware of that, and the results from there were issued on the 24th of May. Okay. The tests were taken, and the results, I'm going to discuss this shortly, the results that were brought out were inconsistent. So, further to which, there's been a number of questions as to why, but we came about to the next female championships was taking part in 2023. So there is a time gap, but the reason for that is because we wanted two tests. So there's two tests required, not one, but two tests, time gap between, and then to the next World Championships, which was taking place in India. Okay, so we go to the female World Championships that took place between the 15th and 26th of March. Both boxers entered the championships, and at which point, on the 17th of March 2023, both boxers were asked to take a further blood test. That happened, and on the 23rd of March, the results came through, and it demonstrated the chromosomes that we refer to within the technical and competition rules that make both boxers ineligible. And that was then further ratified by the BOD, our board of directors. It was taken there to remove both boxers from the championships. That was on the 26th of March 2023. We had a letter that Mr. Yarolimpos had put forward to the board, and with this it explained fully what the situation was. We've got a document that Mr. Yarolimpos sent to both boxers, and within that document, and we'll let you see these documents, there is an attached referral to the blood tests that were taken. Okay, we're not in a position, due to non-disclosure and medical in confidence, we're not able to give you the actual blood test itself, but what we can show you is the front cover copy with the annex, which we'll put up on show shortly to indicate what that was, and a signature on the bottom of both documents by both boxers who received those blood tests accordingly. Both boxers had the possibility to appeal to CAS within a 21-day period, further to which the Chinese Taipei boxer Ting Lin, she did not appeal, and that was a legally binding result. And on the back of that, we then had the discussions with, and indeed further discussions with Imam Khalif about the results on the boxer's behalf. Now, she did challenge that on the 14th of April 2023, and challenged the CAS appeal. IBA paid for the costs on this, or the majority of the costs. The boxer was expected to pay part of those costs, and preceding that, it didn't happen. So on the 27th of July, the CAS, the Court of Arbitration and Sport, issued a termination order, and the proceedings against the appellant did not, she didn't pay, we paid the cost, but on the back end of that, the results came out that no further action to be taken. The conclusions to which are extremely challenging, because for this boxer and for Lynn, clearly the technical and competition rules that apply to IBA, and as we've seen in this instance, are indifferent to that of the IOC. We've had a letter that was sent to the IOC by Mr. Yarolimpos informing them of this decision by IBA and the criteria within that and where they fall within that eligibility. Sent to Mr. Kit McConnell, and we've got a response back, so we'll be able to show you those letters accordingly. Previous to that, after the situation in 2022, the results of that again were communicated to the IOC verbally. The meeting with the sports director of IBA, the previous two outgoing, Mr. Kovacs, and one of the lead Paris boxing unit, who's actually here now, was also on that call. So that information was relayed. So contrary to what was discussed in the conference at the weekend, the IOC have received this information. And clearly for us, the interesting situation here is that whilst the IOC have had that information previously, they haven't done anything with it. We had the response and they haven't taken that forward, because they rely on their own criteria, which is based against, I believe, and what I'm hearing is the passport to enter the competition. Okay, so with that, what I will say is this: we never intended to raise any of these issues at this event, because this is not our event. This event belongs to the IOC. The whereabouts of this has come out based on the result of the bout between the Italian Angela Carini and Imam Khalif. I will point out that the president of the Italian Boxing Federation indeed hasn't been happy with previous results, and I would like to say that in this instance there was questions raised by the Italian Federation prior to her bout that took place. So in this instance, the situation, from my perspective, has been raised and has been brought forward, but with the actions of the Italian boxer in the ring. Difficult, because both boxers have worked extremely hard towards their own goals, and of course we find ourselves in this difficult situation now, particularly Imam Khalif, who steps through to the next stages and is hoping to win Olympic gold. We in IBA understand the difficulties that this has brought about for the whole tournament, and it's never been our intention to bring any of this about. Of course, what you see is the actions of the boxer in the Italian bout with Aman Khalif, and then further to that, the reason why we're sat here. So there's some brief facts, a brief going over as to where we are in that current situation. We've got the administration to support that. What I will say is that we're not able to disclose the results of any tests, but you can read between the lines where that sits. And of course, what I'd also like to mention here is that yesterday evening and this morning we've received letters from the NOCs in Chinese Taipei and Algeria respectively, informing us that we can't disclose any information pertinent to either boxer. So we've had that information through early hours this morning and this morning. So you can see what that means. So again, read between the lines. I'm not in a position to show any results, but from our perspective, IBA's eligibility criteria that sits within the technical and competition rules has been pushed across the IOC, and they have that information already. So that's currently where we are. I think just as an opening gambit, I hope that's kind of set the scene for you. We can produce something that will give you those dates, just so you're, there is no confusion there. But I hope that's given you a bit of an overview of where we've come to.
Thank you very much, Mr. Roberts. We are going to be ready now for IBA President Umar Kremlev, who joins us online. If that doesn't work, we will be moving on to Dr. Filipatos in just a moment. But Umar Kremlev now, the President of IBA.
Событиями большое значение спортивное событие мировое, Олимпиада. Начиная с открытия, как христианин, как верующий человек, вот, открытие Олимпиады это было оскорбление каждого христианина и каждого мусульманина. Вообще духовность человека была задета. И причем это было сделано нынешним руководством МОК, потому что они согласовывают программу. Но это событие печально продолжилось участием в боксерском турнире. Это очень печально, что мы сегодня, 21 век, мы защищаем спортсменов, когда спортсмены должны ходить уже свободно, выступать свободно. Международные ассоциации должны для них создавать мероприятия, а не ограничивать спортсменов и унижать спортсменов. Сегодня Международный Олимпийский комитет и его руководство Томас Бах, которые не соответствуют своим должностям, сегодня они просто уничтожают спорт, особенно женский спорт. Я как президент Международной ассоциации бокса IBA, также мне доверили страны управления. Я здесь нахожусь по зову сердца, а не для того, чтобы управлять этой командой, как это представляет себе Томас Бах. Я не хозяин боксеров, я тот человек, который должен создать условия для боксеров и защищать каждого спортсмена, каждого тренера и каждую национальную федерацию, потому что благодаря спортсменам, тренерам и национальной федерации существует мировой спорт. И это IBA сделала. С того момента, когда мне доверили Международную ассоциацию бокса, в боксе мы убрали коррупцию в судействе, мы бокс вытащили из банкротства. Я хочу напомнить, чтобы никто не забывал про это. Непосредственно виной коррупции в IBA 12-й год Олимпиада, 16-й год Олимпиады является Томас Бах, Сити Ву, потому что Сити Ву был член МОК, про это молчат, просто боятся говорить. Независимое расследование профессора Макларена, оно опубликовало о том, что Международный олимпийский комитет и его член МОК, именно Сики Ву, является замешан в этом управлении. Он привел АИБу, прошлую АИБу в такое состояние, в коррупцию и в стадии банкротства. И я пошел для того, чтобы в боксе был порядок. С этого и началось все. Я пришел, с моим приходом IBA ушло с банкротства, с моим приходом остановилась коррупция в судействе. Мы дальше продолжаем. С моим приходом стало все прозрачно, демократично выбираются члены IBA, члены совета директоров были переизбраны все. И реформируем устав и управление. Сегодня мы сталкиваемся с тем, что нам надо защищать спортсменов. И эта ситуация, когда мы взяли у спортсменов анализы, оно не по нашему желанию было. Это по просьбе многочисленных спортсменов, девушек, которым было больно выступать с ними, спортсменами, которые жаловались, и тренеры жаловались. Мы чувствуем, что они генетически сильнее, чем мы. Вот, у нас головные боли, лично ко мне обращались спортсмены. И, конечно, мы направили доктору Филиппасу, который должен был провести эти анализы, и генеральный секретарь офиса IBA было поручено подать, чтобы взяли анализы и подали, чтобы проверили этот факт. Этот факт был, так и как и в IBA надо было порядок наводить, и также и среди спортсменов, и судейства везде мы навели порядок. Сегодня IBA независимая международная ассоциация, которая защищает спортсменов. И когда первый анализ пришел о том, что генетический тест намного различается от женского генетического теста, и второй анализ это подтвердил. Конечно, как президент мы должны защищать женский спорт. Мы говорим о гендерном равенстве, мы говорим о том, что мы должны защищать права женщин, потому что женщины в 19 веке только освободились, получили право голосовать и получили право, чтобы могли и возглавлять, и выступать как спортсменки. Мы должны это защищать и ни в коем случае никому не дать, чтобы уничтожили женский бокс. А сегодня, конечно, уничтожается не только женский бокс, а я думаю, что и в будущем они будут стараться уничтожать женский спорт. Таким образом, как сегодня это происходит на Олимпиаде, потому что не IBA проводит на Олимпиаде бокс. Если это было бы IBA, то этого бы не было сегодня. И учитывая то, что происходит в Международном олимпийском комитете, то, что они остановили признание IBA, ни разу не встретившись с IBA. Это о чем говорит? О личном вмешательстве Томаса Баха, личные амбиции, месть IBA за CTU, за главного коррупционера, под которого они молчат. Вы можете посмотреть расследование профессора Макларена, там все это есть. И это продолжение идет. Сегодня они уничтожают женский бокс. Мы этого не позволим. Я как президент буду защищать всех боксеров мира. И мужчин, и женщин, потому что IBA это боксерский дом. И где бы они ни выступали, сегодня это происходит на Олимпиаде. Что начиная открытие Олимпиады было, тайные вечери, оскорбили всех верующих людей, миллиарды людей. Особенно, и также и меня это они оскорбили. Это я не знаю, это уже сверх такое значимое, которое нельзя позволять. Нам людям надо остановить это. Международная ассоциация для спортивная, это для того, чтобы призывать все к миру, для того, чтобы гарантия была защита спортсменов. Вот для чего мы существуем, вот для чего люди становятся президентами. Для того, чтобы все деньги, которые зарабатываются в международной ассоциации, эти деньги должны принадлежать спортсменам. Сегодня на Олимпиаде нет ни призовых, медалей, ни золотые. Почему меня не любят, почему меня боятся команда Томаса Баха и сам Томас Бах? Потому что я за независимость, я за демократию, за честность, за прозрачность, за защиту спортсменов, против коррупции в судействе. За это они боятся. Я не боюсь говорить правду. И здесь я нахожусь не для того, чтобы пиар или еще что-то. Здесь я нахожусь для того, чтобы защитить наших любимых женщин. Защитить то право, когда еще мы приняли в 19 веке, до нас еще приняли, что женщины имеют право везде, и мы должны защищать их права. А сегодня пытаются таким образом уничтожить женский спорт. Но мы не дадим. В боксе этого не будет. Бокс это IBA, это боксерская семья. И я хочу, уважаемые коллеги, к вам обращаюсь, ко всем СМИ, кто поддерживает женщин и кто за женские права, и чтобы женский спорт завтра не уничтожили, не бойтесь, говорите правду. И также есть сегодня большая проблема. Чтобы это все остановить, как это мы сделали в IBA. В IBA настоящая демократия. IBA прозрачная международная ассоциация, IBA независимая международная ассоциация. И защищает спортсменов. У нас есть главные люди. Это сердце IBA. Это спортсмен и тренер. И национальные федерации. Ради чего IBA работает. И посмотрите, какие сегодня призовые платятся на чемпионатах мира. И женский, и мужской. Мы уже довели до 10 миллионов долларов. У нас медали из чистого золота. У нас большое уважение к спортсменам. И все, что зарабатывает IBA, это деньги спортсменов. Чего нет на Олимпиаде. И почему я сказал про призовые тем девочкам, которые пострадали. Я слышал, что МОК сказал, что не верьте. Это им можно не верить, потому что они вводят в заблуждение. Мы-то показываем действия, мы выплачиваем призовые. И на Олимпиаде те девушки, которые пострадали, мы выплатим призовые им. Мы не боремся за какие-то, чтобы нам привилегии были. Мы боремся за то, чтобы было справедливость. Справедливость в женском спорте и в мужском. Я, как президент Международной ассоциации бокса, которому доверила боксерская семья управлять боксом, буду отстаивать, не буду молчать, я не буду играть в политику. В спорте не должно быть политика. Спорт выше, чем политика. И Международная ассоциация бокса, это принадлежит странам. И все решения принимаются Конгрессом. И также я призываю сегодня все спортивное сообщество. И призываю всех тех, кто любит спорт. Давайте мы объединимся. Призываю все страны. Вот чтобы такой ситуации не было, чтобы наших спортсменов не унижали, чтобы не было исключения личной амбиции Томаса Баха и его команде, где он пытается личными амбициями убивать спорт, особенно бокс. На Олимпиаде были 10 медалей, сегодня уже 7 медалей стало. Вместо того, чтобы увеличить, чтобы больше у стран было возможности участвовать на Олимпиаде. И женщинам также довести, и мужчинам также. Также мы требуем сегодня реформировать, я требую, и многие боксеры требуют, и спортсмены требуют. К сожалению, мои коллеги в Международной федерации некоторые боятся про это говорить, потому что сегодня у Международного олимпийского комитета такое управление, что если кто их не послушал, они их уничтожают или исключают. Но с боксом это не пройдет. Бокс вам не шутки. Боксеры плясать не собираются по будущему. Боксеры за прозрачность, честность и открытость. И сегодня я хочу призвать весь мир, чтобы президента Международного олимпийского комитета и совета директоров, и бюро исполком, и членов МОК должны выбирать страны. Страны должны голосовать. И все такие решения глобальные должны приниматься странами. Всего лишь самым глобальным надо поменять 3 пункта. Это поменять для того, чтобы, не для того, чтобы, как сейчас хочет Томас Бах, продлить себе, чтобы он мог еще остаться президентом. А устав надо поменять для того, чтобы президента мог выбирали страны голосовать, а не члены. И совет директоров, и бюро исполкома, и также Международный спортивный суд КАС должен быть независимой организацией от Международного олимпийского комитета. Он не должен быть считаться как подразделением. Они не должны назначать судей. Этого не должно быть. Должно быть независимый суд спортивный, отдельно. Отдельно должен быть Международный олимпийский комитет. И выборы должны быть страны. Благодаря странам существует международная ассоциация. И также надо ввести все, что зарабатывает Международный олимпийский комитет. Эти деньги должны принадлежать спортсменам, тренерам и национальным комитетам, странам. Вот мои требования. Я у себя на сайте. Если кто боится этого, я-то не боюсь. Я готов бороться за это и буду бороться. Я добьюсь того, той прозрачности. Мы объявляем о расследовании в отношении Томаса Баха и его команде. Я призываю лучших следователей со всего мира присоединиться и сделать общественное расследование в отношении их, насколько они коррумпировали Международный олимпийский комитет. Они не должны принимать решения сами. Должно принимать решения общества. Мы должны признавать и слушать, что говорит общество, что говорят страны. Сегодня Международный олимпийский комитет превратился в политическую организацию. Но они забыли, что это не политическая организация, а общественная организация. Это общественность должна принимать там решения. А сегодня, к сожалению, начиная от женского спорта убивается, заканчивая до судейства, это происходит все на Олимпиаде. Возьмите 12-й год Олимпиаду, 16-й год коррупция судейства. В этом всем виноват, и при всем на боксе, когда было нарушение судейства, Томас Бах сам присутствовал. Мы за это не должны молчать. Многие мне скажут, что я об этом очень много говорю. У меня нет абсолютно ни агрессии, ничего. Я просто говорю о том, что все знали правду и не боялись. И ей будет защищать спортсменов. И я ко всем обращаюсь, всему миру сегодня. Лучшие исследователи со всех стран, присоединяйтесь, давайте проведем общественное расследование в этом отношении спортсменов. Защитим наших женщин, защитим спортсменов, защитим прозрачность, открытость спорта. И спорт для того, чтобы был мир во всем мире, как это делает IBA. Посмотрите в IBA. Президент из России, первый вице-президент из Украины, генеральный секретарь из Англии. И у нас многонациональная ассоциация. И взять с Греции у нас главный врач. С Италии у нас со всех стран. Вся страна охвачена. То есть все национальности. Можно перечислять и перечислять. Так и должен быть Международный олимпийский комитет. Вот как должны работать международные ассоциации. Я сегодня перед вами, можете мне задавать любой вопрос. Я не стесняюсь. Удобный, неудобный. Я ничего не боюсь, в отличие от Томаса Баха и его команды. Они-то боятся, они боятся меня, они боятся правды. А я за правду, я буду до конца до этой правды. Спасибо большое, уважаемые коллеги. И сегодня я хочу сказать, что мы защитим наших женщин, и мы, еще раз говорю, кто пострадал, девушки, мы им выплатим призовые, и также мы выплатим всем спортсменам, кто займет первые места, призовые места от IBA, так как Международный олимпийский комитет все деньги, наверное, тратят на проживание Томаса Баха в пятизвездочных отелях и на его перелеты, его частную жизнь, видимо. Вот. Но мы добьемся, чтобы эти деньги уходили, все-таки вернулись спортсменам. Мы этого добьемся. Мы не позволим, потому что благодаря зрителям, благодаря спортсменам есть зрители на Олимпиаде. Благодаря спортсменам есть спонсоры. Они не ради чиновников идут туда, они ради спортсменов. Из-за этого мы отстраиваем, чтобы все деньги принадлежали спортсменам и странам. Другого варианта не должно быть. Я еще раз говорю, буду отстаивать и призываю всех присоединяться к нам, лучших исследователей со всего мира, лучших общественных деятелей. И также призываю наших любимых женщин не бояться говорить правду и отстаивать женский спорт. И мы вместе отстоим. Учитывая те анализы, которые пришли, и наш врач, и сегодня доктор Филиппатов больше расскажет вам более подробнее, и мы будем отстаивать наших женщин. Так что, дорогие друзья, спасибо вам, задавайте любой вопрос, я могу на любой ваш вопрос ответить. Я открыт для вас.
Thank you to IBA President Umar Kremlev for those details. I'd like to invite Dr. Yannis Filipatos to make his statement next. And just before we proceed with that, the IBA have asked me to clarify the credentials of Dr. Filipatos. He is an MD, PhD, obstetric gynecologist specialist with experience also in genetic department, IVF, in vitro fertilization expertise, with 30 years of practice behind him. Dr. Filipatos, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. My brothers, my friends, welcome to this conference. I am doctor about 30 years. I don't like press conference, I like to work. I practice medicine, this is my job. Until now. It's happened before 2 years because the countries from Europe asked me to be president in EUBC, European Boxing Confederation. I accept. Now I help as president, I help Europe, and we try to upgrade boxing in Europe. So EUBC president, finish, is something else. Here I am as doctor. I want to represent myself a little bit. I'm sorry to bother you, but you must know the truth, and you must know who I am. Because, I don't know, perhaps after this interview you will hear other things. So, I am about 59 years old, 30 years doctor practice. I am obstetric gynecologist, general surgeon, and specialist in IVF, in vitro fertilization, and of course in my genetic department. So that means many things. I don't want to speak too much medicine to you, I don't want to bother you, but many times, for many couples, I prepare babies. Men, woman. I know that the President Bach, I respect him. He is the president from International Olympic Committee. I understand everything. I know that he say the science is poor. For me, science is not poor. Perhaps the doctors must speak. Perhaps the doctors must speak. Medicine is knowledge. It's not opinion, it's knowledge. I know that who is woman and man, one passport can give to us the opportunity to be men, and tomorrow when I go back to Athens, it's possible to go to my government to say, please, I am free man, I want to change my name. And from Ioannis Filipatos to be Ioanna Filipatou. Will be happening. That means I am woman tomorrow. Please, the nature and the biological watch no change. We change everything in our life. Career, technical, natural, we cannot change nothing. So women, they have biological watch. This watch not change to the women. If they make career, if they are poor, if they are rich, nothing changes. The same to the men. So now I work in boxing about 15 years without to receive money, just to help. Our office, the second office, is in Monaco, Monte Carlo, and thanks for that. Now my first press conference, because I told you I don't like the press conference, I like to work. You must know the truth now. I am very open and happy if you ask me many questions. I don't need papers. I don't care about papers. Ask me what you want. My computer is here. So, everybody knows the problem. We know that problem. We know some years before. But how start that problem? How? All the boxes, before the exam, before the fight, first day. Yes. Sorry. So, all the boxes, first day, before the draw, before the weigh-in, after the draw, they pass the medical exams. The ringside doctors from IBA, they are very good. I know because I was instructor about 11 years. So, what's happened with each boxer, like Mrs. Khalif, what's happened? Many countries, many doctors from the countries call us and say, what's happened with them? We don't understand. It is woman or men. Looks like men. But this is nothing. So start the countries start to say to us, please, perhaps it's man, perhaps it's woman. How we know what is every boxer? And in Turkey, how Secretary General say, we start in the morning in the medical examination to check some boxes. Not only these two boxes. No. And of course, in Turkey, after the episcopic medical examination from the ringside doctors, I was informed for something. And the second pass was to send blood exams to have official answer about the karyotype. That means we want to know the karyotype, this is the biological words. We want to know if it's man or woman. This is the first step. So happened that, and together with the lawyers, we was very attentive not to make mistakes, not to bother the boxers, not to create problems. We don't want to create problems to boxers, but we must be correct, We have two guidelines, two categories, men and women. So, let's start, because we talk about women. Let's protect women. That means women's category must be only woman. Only. I think you agree. If you not agree, let's change the category. And we give another name, mixed category. Everybody in his life, he can do what he wants in his bed, in his home. But here we talk about sport. Yes, everybody is free to make sport. But in one competition means two categories, women's sport and men's sport. Now, before some days, I listened that we don't know exactly what means woman. Please, not possible that. Not possible that. I have in my life until now 5,000 operations. I don't know how many babies. I know what they have the babies. Not possible somebody, no doctor, to say we don't know what is woman. Okay, if you don't know, ask one doctor, but let the doctor speak. The doctors not speak. No one give to you this information. Yes, of course, I come to you immediately. No one. They don't have the courage. because they need the money, they need the good position. They don't want problems. They don't want bullying. So you are here today just to cover the press conference, or you want the truth? Please tell me. I need answer. If you don't want the truth, I stop now. Yes, please.
One question over here, do you present something new, or just some small talk you're doing and you're showing some of your opinions? Second question, I want to know how much is just campaign your organization can hear, and how much you get in person to sit here on the podium and do
How much? What?
how much
Give to him one moment, sorry. One microphone down, possible? I don't hear you.
We're just going to be passing some microphones in just a second. Can we just finish with the statements and then we'll come back to all the questions?
Okay, let's do that, yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Mr. Baftelli wanted to...
Nicole said to me, Elena,
Can we have a microphone then, please?
Elena, Helen,
Hi. First of all, question to...
let's finish better. Elena, Ellen Sokol,
So, thank you.
Ellen,
One question for German TV. First, Mr.
Ellen,
Sorry.
Nicole is ready? No.
So, thank you. So, first question, will you present something new, or would it time for us to leave the room now? Second question is, how much is Gazprom paying your organization every year? Third question to you, Mr. Filipatos, how much is the salary you're getting just for sitting on the podium here? And to Mr. Roberts, how much money you're getting every year, salary from IVA?
For me, my salary, you mean? Please, please. My salary, you mean my salary? Yeah?
I asked you.
No. Keep your microphone, please. Keep. I ask you, my salary you want to know?
Like I said 3-4 questions. I could repeat it again.
You want my, if I receive salary from IBA?
Yes.
No, zero.
So good. You, Mr. Roberts?
It's got nothing to do with you what my salary is, so no comment. Thank you.
Okay. I just can ask questions. So how much money is Gazprom paying your organization every year? Was my third question.
I don't understand. How much money, please?
You're getting from Gazprom.
From
Your
Gazprom?
sponsor, yeah, your sponsor or partner. It's mentioned on the website.
Personally, zero. If I want to take money from Gazprom...
No, your organization. Come on.
Ah,
Could be shown this
okay,
out.
moment.
And was also a question to the CEO.
Okay, this is something else, okay.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, we are just coming to the end of our financial audit, so there will be results will be produced shortly. So you'll get to see those in entirety. Be presented to the board in Cuba. Thank you very much.
We had a question here at the front. Please, yeah. Can we get a microphone? Just a question to the doctor about your standing as a doctor. Now, it sounds like you are completely against the right of any woman to... It sounds like you're against the right of any person to change their gender. But as a doctor, don't you have to make the care of patients your first concern? So what would you tell a patient who did say seek a gender reassignment? Because obviously your status as a doctor would be according to question.
Yes, thank you for the question. Medical, we need to protect the woman. So woman category in sport, in athlete, we need to protect them. And we know how to protect them. Now I need 5 minutes from you just to explain a little bit medical. What means clear woman, what means transgender, what means intersex. Because I'm 100% sure that you don't know exact what is each one. In sport, I mean in sport. In the personal life, I don't care. But in sport. Can you wait, please, a little bit to explain to you? Yes?
It was about your standing as a doctor, but I'll just move on. A question to point of view. Given the fact the first tests on these two boxers were conducted in 2022, why did you wait until 2023 for the next test, and the results only announced when the boxers were on for medals?
Yeah, good question. Clearly this is something new, and it was something new for us in the sport. So one result coming from one laboratory, the result coming out, and moving on to the next competition. We were waiting for the next tournament to then do the necessary testing, blood testing, with the doctors at Reuters. So we had a lapse of just under a year with this information, of course, and the next time we tested to have a secondary test in a different lab was conclusive. So.
But why did it not happen? Why did you wait to the final?
Sorry?
Why did it take until she reached the final?
Well, as I'm saying, this wasn't something that we were familiar with.
No, but you waited a year, so you knew this tournament was coming, and you knew the previous.
Yeah, because we needed them to enter the tournament. They needed to be officially in the tournament, and at that point then we could blood test them.
Excusez-moi, parce qu'il explique. Voilà, je suis là, je suis là. Je suis là. Je suis là. Je suis là. Qu'est-ce qui explique quand il y a eu le match entre l'Italienne et l'Algérienne, toute l'extrême droite, je dis bien, en Italie, en France, et aux États-Unis, et d'autres pays, même Trump, même le président candidat Trump, il dit il dit que c'est un homme. Qu'est-ce qui explique cet alignement de l'extrême droite sur la position de votre association? Et puis, qu'est-ce qui explique toute cette somme d'argent que vous donnez à l'Italienne? Est-ce que, je ne remets pas en cause les Italiens, il faut savoir, moi je fais part des choses. L'extrême droite, une Italienne ou les sportifs italiens, ça c'est autre chose. Mais la première ministre italienne, elle a soutenu la boxeuse. Donc ça pose un problème. Et puis, elle dit qu'elle a reçu des frappes. Qu'est-ce qu'elle a reçu?
Monsieur, c'est quoi la question, s'il vous plaît?
Ma question, je pense qu'il y a un scénario où l'Italienne, elle est dans votre scénario. Je ne peux pas vous lui donner de l'argent. Merci.
So the question was, how do you explain the fact that the right wing has aligned themselves behind your organisation to support the Italian boxer, and why is it that you are giving a payout to the Italian boxer as a result of what's happened here at the Olympics?
So, on the back of my initial point I made regarding the Italian boxer, okay. So there was a question raised by the Italian president prior to the bout. Okay, on the 31st, sent an email to IBA asking particularly about this boxer. So, the Italian president received the same information as everybody else, and in accordance to what you saw in the bout, my opinion, in fact, Gabriele, you can answer this one, yeah? About how the boxer performed in the ring, your thoughts on that, and end state of that.
Well, first of all, I would like to thank you all for having all the, let's say, courage to stay after this late start. I'm very sorry about that, but we are all in the same to clear something very important. Yes, besides the fact that now the CEO has the microphone for the Italian fight itself, but we had a plan today to give 3 statements and then give you the possibility to ask us questions related to all the statements that given. So that makes sense. I would like also to start then from what I wanted to tell you before, because I see that the discussion, even now, is moving on another side. This is why I'm here today. I'm not here about talking about budget. I'm not here talking about politics. I'm here talking about boxing, which is the main reason I'm here. Coaches Committee Chair, I lead all the coaches, which are the most important
is the most important role in the whole sport. Now, what we teach to all the coaches is the safety of the boxer comes as the first and most important rule. I'm also the leader instructor. I teach to all the coaches together with our team of instructors all over the world. Last year we had over 1,300 students in the 5 continents. And what I will always point is 3 major points: behavior, procedures, and rules. This is a sport. We have procedures, we have rules. Now, boxing is different from any kind of sport that we have here, because if we lose in an Olympic Games or the World Championships because of an unfair advantage, we might be hurt emotionally, psychologically, because an unfair advantage was used to take the medal from us. But in our sport, it's different. Our sport is dangerous. When there is an unfair advantage, people can die. We teach in our courses the biomechanics of the knockouts. We teach about concussion. We teach about second syndrome impact. Why? Because we want that all the coaches understand the responsibility that they have in their own hands when they lead a boxer in the ring. So now, I will tell you something. If for any reason there is an announcement of the performance which could benefit in an extra power, then we can understand how dangerous this can be. It's already dangerous when there is no enhancement of the performance. It's very important for every coach that understanding the safety of the boxer, it goes out of the ring too, because taking this boxer who was already disqualified by IBA, which is the home of boxing since forever. Now, as we know that we're talking about a sport, so 2 boxers were disqualified by the IBA during a World Championship. Now, what would have been correct to do is these boxers are not being cleared. If anybody else was just banned for doping and was now participating, everyone now was arguing about it. It's not clear. So, what is the difference? We just switched the conversation on discrimination, which is not at all. The conversation is how to keep the sport safe. Finish. Because we don't need why. Why should we discriminate anybody? No one here woke up in the morning and said, today I will discriminate. I think we have many things to do. So think about this. So we had 2 cases of disqualification for this kind of reason. I won't even tell the reason. Okay? It's not my area. We have Dr. Philippatos here. But they are not clear. I think they should have been clear first, publicly, because they were publicly banned because of the rules. Now, this is a sport, we have rules. You need to comply with the rules to participate. And if you cannot comply, I am sorry. It's no discrimination. It's just the rules. So, this is my point from the coaches. And I hope that you will think about it instead of discriminating on other fields and just focusing on the only conversation that matters, how to keep the boxers safe. Thank you very much.
And there's 2 questions there. Yep.
I was. Okay.
Я здесь хотел, уважаемые коллеги, я здесь хотел добавить. Слышно меня, нет? Уважаемые коллеги, я вот хотел добавить, я смотрю специальные журналисты, которые задают за деньги вопрос. А почему вы считаете, что спортсмены не должны получать призовые? Почему? Если эти соревнования благодаря им. Почему вы считаете, что спортсмены должны сидеть, быть нищими, а спортивные чиновники должны жить в 5-звездных отелях, летать первыми классами и частными бортами? Почему это? Это я, как президент, и который занимался спортом, когда одни перчатки были на 10 человек, когда одни шорты были на 10 человек. И из-за этого, когда не было финансирования, не смог состояться как я хочу сказать о том, что призовые на Олимпиаде, это IPA до Олимпиады объявила до Олимпиады, что призовые каждому спортсмену, кто выиграет Олимпийские игры и займет призовое место, они получат отбор на чемпионат мира IPA. Олимпиада сегодняшняя это для боксеров отборочный турнир на чемпионат IPA. Вот. И мы хотим сказать о том, что финансирование у нас прозрачное, и у нас нет никаких проблем с этим. Давайте вопрос сейчас. Сегодня мы говорим о том, чтобы защищать наших спортсменов, девушек, и которые не в равных правах сегодня не находятся. Сегодня опять МОК не учел свои старые ошибки на Олимпиаде 12-16 года о коррупции, которую они создали. Не учли свои ошибки, опять начали пытаться на Олимпиаде управлять боксом. И вот вам сегодня, в 2024 году, они делают грубейшие нарушения. То у них судейское было, а теперь нарушения они пускают не в равных правах, чтобы спортсменки соревновались. И наше личное решение, это боксерской семьи решение о том, что те спортсмены, которые пострадали, все, кто пострадают, мы их будем награждать как за первое место. Как до Олимпиады мы обещали всех спортсменов наградить. И дать отбор на чемпионат мира IPA. И давайте, коллеги, перейдем конкретно к этому случаю, где есть большая проблема сегодня. Мы должны это остановить. Мы должны спасти женский бокс, женский спорт. Мы должны говорить об этом сегодня. Давайте не забывать, не уходить влево или вправо. У нас есть четкий сегодня. Мы должны все спортивное сообщество, любители спорта сегодня остановить. Есть анализы. Проверьте, пожалуйста, посмотрите, и давайте мы остановим. И никто не будет вмешиваться, и у женщин будут равные права. Мы говорим про это. Я ко всем обращаюсь, задавайте конкретно вопросы касаемо этой проблемы. Не уходите в сторону. И не надо ссылаться на то, призовой спортсмен без материальной он не может жить. Почему чиновники должны жить, а спортсмены нет? Я еще раз повторю, все, что зарабатывает Международный Олимпийский комитет, эти деньги должны быть спортсменов. И другого варианта никакого не должно быть. Давайте мы вот именно сегодня спасаем женский спорт. Задавайте вопрос, пожалуйста, касаемо женского спорта.
Can I ask you? Okay, so I'm understanding. Can I have a question?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm understanding that you're trying to mean that both two athletes, they're Jalen and the Taiwan, they are not women. So you told that you have no scare to say and to say what's necessary to say. So what you're trying to mean? Could you be really clear and say in all words what you're trying to mean? They have born as a woman, they have born as a man, they have changed their gender. What you're trying to mean? Could you be really clear and really specific about what you're trying to say?
Thank you for the questions. You think I don't speak clear? I speak, no? Not clear, no? Because perhaps not good English. I don't speak clear. You know, sometimes
Vous parlez de changement, elle n'a pas fait de de changement, elle est née femme.
We have,
Parler de changement dans la France, il n'y a pas eu de changement. Elle est née femme. Elle est née fille.
The comment is that you're talking about change, but there was no change. She was born as a woman. That's the comment.
yes, I was
It's not
not,
trans.
no?
It's not trans. It's not transformation. She's born woman. She's born woman.
Okay, she's
I
one
talk
woman.
about blah, 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 that transformation.
What if the other question is, what information do you have to say that she is not a woman?
No, I want him, and that's not my question. My question is to say, what you are trying to mean, that she born as a woman, that person born as a man,
The
say in
answer-
your words,
the
what
answer-
you're trying to mean.
the answer-
I want to listen in front of
Yes,
them.
yes. Look, sometimes, I understand you, but sometimes we cannot say everything. Why?
So why you are here?
When you say you're not scared, you don't say it.
Tell the truth.
But it's universal, the medical secret, you know? So, I cannot say to you if she was born
So why
woman.
you are here? You want to...
Why you attack me? Why you attack me? Why you attack me? Why you attack me?
I don't attack you.
Okay,
Tell the truth.
I speak. You want to speak? I try to say that the medical result, blood result, looks and say the laboratories that this boxer is male. Okay? And this is the problem now. We try now to help. I see these results. So we try now to see why it's happened like that. You understand me? We are not against Khalif. She's very good boxer. She is talent. Moment, why you attack me? Moment, please. I respect you. Respect me. Let me speak. I was not in the hospital when she born. If I was in hospital, I will tell you. I was many times in Algeria. Many times. I like Algeria. But our problem is not that. Our problem is that we have 2 blood exams with karyotype of male. This is the answer from laboratory. It's not my answer. It's the answer from laboratory. And this answer is not equivalent with the criteria, our criteria in the technical rules in IBA. Now, I am here to explain to you what's happened sometimes, and we have these abnormalities, we say that in medicine. You understand me? That is that we try to find. In this case, what you ask me, we need the boxer to collaborate with doctor to find exact what you asked me. I cannot answer this question, because I was not in hospital when she birthed. But I can explain some things. The problem is not about Khalif. Khalif is one very good boxer, very talented boxer. She is very good. I respect her. But as doctor, I need to protect the woman's category. Please, it's the woman category in sport. This woman category in sport, they have karyotype, woman karyotype. This is the big difference.
Can we have a question there in a second row, please? In a second row with a microphone.
Yeah, okay, thank you, Tom. Chris here.
Well, right.
BBC News. You'll have seen, Chris, there's been speculation about whether this is some kind of partially motivated by some kind of Russian disinformation plot. As an organisation, you'll know the past of the IBA. You've been suspended over ethical integrity, governance issues. Given these theories, what assurances have you been given? Can you really be trusted as an organisation, given the trust is at the heart of this?
Everything that we've done since we've come in, end of 2021, is about the boxing, is about the boxers. We've salvaged AIBA to IBA. We are financially sound. We have produced high-level events. We produce professional opportunities for boxers across the globe. You've heard the President talk about prize money. You've heard him talk about the standard that we want to achieve. This situation here would never have come about had it not been raised by the Italian team and what happened in the ring. We are here now, as Yanis has said, just to provide you with the information. I'm not a scientist, but what I will tell you is, in accordance with both boxers with female passports, have boxed in the past, have come into competition, have been looked at by other boxers and coaches and have had a concern. 2 tests have been produced, one in Istanbul by one lab, another in India with another lab, okay? And our governance procedures and of course technical and competition rules which are global, go right the way across every single national federation, have to be followed and adhered to. So we can only follow those rules, to Gabriele's point. This would never have been brought about had the results of the Italian team not been a disaster coming in, because we were asked questions and you saw what happened in the ring. When the boxer goes into the ring, they sign a contract, whether it's unwritten or unwritten not, unwritten rule to go into the ring and to perform. The Italian boxer didn't perform. It wasn't good. It was disappointing for both boxers. You spend 4-year pathway program to get to these games, and it turns into a disaster. Okay, this is what we see. From my perspective, having worked in with UK sport, with working with Scotland, GB boxing, being on the board with the directors, you know, it's clear we just do boxing. To the president's point, there is no conspiracy theory. We don't have a conspiracy theory. That's not what it's about. We have had 2 letters today from the NOCs, okay? Let's look at the similar link here between the NOCs and the IOC, all right? This morning to say we cannot announce the results. Honestly, this is, I don't tell lies. There's no requirement for me to tell lies. I'm giving you the facts. That's as it is. Okay.
Sorry, I've got a question here with the microphone. Can you just hang on a second? Right, Chris, you said, here I am. Yeah. Chris, you said safety was paramount. Gabriele, you said in your sport an unfair advantage, people can die. Now, if you had this test in 2022, you wait 8 months until they're in your competition. These women have been boxing for 6 years. I don't understand. If people can die, but you're waiting for them to arrive in New Delhi, and in the middle of that, you announce this. And a question for Mr. Kremlin, if he's listening. He's the head of a governing body. He described the IOC president, Thomas Bach, as a chief sodomite. Is that the type of language that the head of a sports organisation, international sports organisation, that's turned over a new leaf should be using? Thank you.
So first of all, I totally agree with you. Yes? Yes, I want. If they let me, I will. So, regarding the 2022, first of all, I've been coach's chairman from the September 2023. I knew about the issue, of course, but also Chris already said that never happened anything similar before in the whole sport, so it was completely something new. And one test, as they said, was not enough to take any drastic decision, because this impacts the life of people. This is also what safety of the boxer goes all around. Then they had that they needed, and Chris already explained it, to have the boxer physically in our hands, which was in 2023 during the World Championships in India, where they performed another test. So this is why, and when they had the second test, before even starting the competition, they got disqualified. As I said before, then they never been cleared. And this is, you know, for any sport, they should be cleared before participate in any competition. Because after that moment, they were not complying with our rules. Simple as that. So that's why I said, let's not shift the conversation in other points like budget, or because today we are talking about 2 athletes, and this is the future of 2 people that they work so much. I hope that I...
Why didn't you chase them up? It's 8 months. You said people can die. Did you try and contact this Algerian athlete or the Taiwanese athlete across these 8 months to try and get to, it's really confusing.
As I said, I'm answering to you because of course you were pointing at me, but I repeat, my chairmanship started September 2023. The second test happened in March 2023. The athletes were already disqualified. So in my opinion, I had nothing to care because IDA took care of the safety of the boxer, suspending and disqualifying the boxers. So please understand this.
Excusez-moi.
Look. What's good about our officials is that the safety of the boxer is paramount. So that is the first. And so therefore, we have got trust in our officials, in our referees. So if a bout is outmatched, it doesn't matter. The skill, because you may see in the earlier rounds. You may see in the earlier rounds of any competition, and particularly this one with the seeding, that some of the boxers are far outclassed. Okay, to the point, the referee will always manage the bout, and the safety of the boxer is paramount. Yes, sir.
I think there was a question to the president as well.
Okay, to the president. Yeah, sorry.
On peut poser la question? On va arrêter?
Non, le président il va répondre à la question.
D'accord, après on pose la question. Ok.
The president to answer the question.
Chris, can I just ask a simple question?
Yeah.
Do you think the league should be fighting for
No, the question is to the president. It's a question to Mark Kremlin. You described Thomas Bach as the chief sodomite. I just wanted to know whether you regret using that language or if that's appropriate language for someone who is responsible for an international sport.
Да, я скажу, содомит, я имел в виду непосредственно Томаса Баха и тех, кто утверждал это. Я как христианин, мои личные задеты чувства, когда они берут, так выставляют насмешкой, издеваясь на этом. В библейском Писании были два города – Содома, Гоморра. Чем Господь уничтожил эти два города за то, что они не имели человеческой ценности. И как президент Международной ассоциации, и как верующий человек, и который отстаивает демократию и человеческие ценности, я не мог промолчать. И люди, которые создали это открытие и согласовал, это непосредственно Томас Бах и его команда представила таким образом, чтобы об этом говорили. Он сделал это специально, чтобы получить пиар. Я как христианин и верующий человек не могу позволить, чтобы смеялись на библейском Писании. То, что нам дал Господь, Писание наше. И я не один, и я не хотел бы видеть это в спорте. И когда мы делаем чемпионаты мира, программа всегда утверждается у президента ассоциации.
Is there a question? Yes.
И также я слово «сатанит» сравнил непосредственно с Баха и Гапора.
I have a question. You said that these women were tested a couple different times. Are you saying?
Sorry, I've just got one question here. Again, just before. Sorry, apologies.
I was told that. Were these?
Hang on. 2 seconds.
He must arrange. He must. The guy must arrange.
It's a very good question, and I think based on the current rules that the IOC apply, clearly they can. If it was our event, they wouldn't be. We've got referees and the judges that will manage the bouts. Okay, so the safety of the boxer will be managed. But in terms of what we found, it's challenging. So if it was our event, clearly it wouldn't. But you know, from an IOC's perspective, that's where they are.
So did you only test these 2 women the first time at the 22 championships? You said there were some women tested. Were all the women in the competition tested, or were only certain ones tested because you picked certain ones out? That's unclear.
I will answer to you. My doctors ringside in this competition in Turkey, they take about four blood tests for karyotype.
So you said 4 women?
4, yes, 4 women. The 2 was with abnormal karyotype. The other 2 was normal, XX.
And then what about 23?
And yes, so from 4, the 2 was abnormal, and we make the second examination after in India. You know, it's the medical privacy, and we need to go not slowly, correct, you understand what I mean, yes? So, many countries concerned. Medical is okay, possible to participate in boxing. The problem was the gender, the sex, woman or man. So we take 4 exams, blood exams for the gender. The 2 was these 2 boxers. The other 2 was okay.
And then in 23, you only took 2 then? You only took these 2 women's tests? And secondly, why were they only disqualified and not suspended? Usually in this case, there's either suspension or referral to something else. Why were they disqualified and then allowed to compete?
Because the technical rules in the Constitution means if no karyotype as woman or as man must be disqualified.
But why not suspended?
Why not suspended?
No, they were disqualified from the event.
Excusez-moi.
Okay, after that, no, there was this process with CAS, and it's only come to light of recent that they were disqualified. So they still had a ranking on the IBA website. It's only post the CAS piece that they were then subsequently disqualified and removed from IBA tournaments.
Can I just say,
Bonjour,
please,
excusez-moi,
we have 2 microphones
c'est
going
mon tour.
Madame, just une seconde. There are 2 microphones going round. Can we just please ask one question? There's a lot of questions. We're doing our best to get our microphones to everyone. Just Madame first, and then the gentleman, please.
Ok, bonjour tout le monde. Ma première question, c'est, premièrement, c'est pourquoi c'est ce timing spécialement? Pourquoi c'est à la veille, une conférence de presse pareille, à la veille de la compétition et le combat de Iman Khalif, à la veille des quarts de finale? Pourquoi la veille? Pourquoi ce n'était pas avant? Pourquoi? Voilà, plutôt les demi-finales de Iman Khalif. Pourquoi spécialement la veille? Mais je pense que c'est pour la tête concentrée, premièrement. Secondo, je vois que le boxe, plutôt la boxe olympique, elle est sous la responsabilité du CIO. Là maintenant, vous êtes suspendu, je pense, c'est comme ça. Pourquoi cet acharnement sur Iman Khalif? Je n'arrive pas à comprendre. Vous devez être fier d'un exploit pareil, primo. Secondo, je n'ai jamais vu, on récompense les perdants, et puis on attaque et on s'acharne sur les gagnants. C'est une troisième question. Autre chose pour le docteur en gynécologie, si c'est possible. On connaît tous que le taux du progestérone et de progestérone, c'est pas une courbe stable chez la femme. Il peut changer à n'importe quel moment. Voilà. Il remonte, il se diminue. Alors je ne sais pas pourquoi tout ça.
Madame, on peut arriver à la question, s'il vous plaît.
Voilà. C'est ça la question, c'est une réponse. Voilà.
Okay, it's a simple answer to this question because of everybody sat here. You wanted answers. We didn't bring this situation to this tournament. This was brought about by what happened in the ring with the Italian and Imran Khalif. I've been discussing, stop. I've been discussing business with her for a while now, with Imran Khalif. Okay? And she will move forward into this tournament, as we just discussed here. The reason why we couldn't turn a press conference around in one day, post after the event, takes a bit of time to get a venue. All right, timing. It's not specific before her event. We are not having this here to disrupt her or this boxer. And the only reason why we're having a press conference is because the media want to are asking questions.
Chris,
okay?
You said originally that this was all brought out by the Karini loss, but you guys have been talking about this since before the opening ceremony. So how do you explain that timing? Like, all of a sudden, that's why you're here because Karini lost? But Umar said about the XY chromosomes last year, the Russian... Can you just explain that timeline? Because it doesn't make sense.
Уважаемые коллеги, можно я сейчас прокомментирую то, что вы задаете вопрос. Почему мы сегодня собрали пресс-конференцию? Потому что в 2016 году МОЗ произвел нарушение в рамках судейства на Олимпиаде. И сегодня происходит в 2024 году на Олимпиаде нарушение в отношении боксеров. IB – это не просто международная ассоциация, IB – это